Hey everybody, welcome back to LoveBook Studio. My name is Chris, and again today I'm continuing my LoveBook journey with my Mother's Day LoveBook for my wife Sarah, and I am doing the multi-page build. So I'm getting really close to crunch time. It's let's see, April 27th. So our deadlines are coming up for Mother's Day. So if you're looking to get a Mother's Day book, you definitely want to jump in pretty soon, probably within the next week or so, in order to take advantage of normal ground shipping rates and stuff like that, instead of having to pay crazy amounts of money for overnight shipping. So where are we at? We're here doing our last. I got 4 more pages I want to do today. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 I want to do today. And then there's one more episode where I have 2 more pages that I want to do. And let's just jump right into it. So this is going to be the section about just some of the milestones. So this is after we brought Jackson home and some of those moments that we kind of went through. This one is going to be a nursery one. So I'm looking at a nursery page that I had before. So you may see something new actually too. You may see an additional option that's in here now. That's an administrative option. So that's like an option that only I had access to. And this is a new fancy little tool that I'm going to be using to add our pages to our database. So you guys can all have access to them, because as of right now, I have to go through this whole different process to do that. But now I can just do it in one button, thanks to our awesome development team being able to put this tool in here for me. So I build the page, I can hit that button, and then it gives me the keywords, and then it automatically puts it up into the website so you guys can find it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to duplicate this page because it's the nursery page. And let me see where that page got duplicated to. Let me do a quick little refresh here. Let's see if that duplicated properly. Oh, it did, but I put it right next to it. I'm sorry, that was my bad. I'm gonna go into the arrange, and I'm actually gonna drag this down into position. So let me drag this down to the last page and hit save. And this one is gonna be about my foray into my first diaper change. Yeah, so let me go ahead and change this. And of course, she has 2 young nephews. So she was a natural. It was easy for her. She had to teach me all the tricks to it. Putting on a diaper is kind of what my one good buddy, Daniel, he told me, he's like a NASCAR pit crew member when he's changing a diaper. He could do it so fast, and he can do it on the go. He travels a lot with his family, so he has to be quick about it. So he literally gets that kid on the table and boom, 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 1, 2, 3, done. So yeah, she was a natural from the start, and she taught me everything I need to know about changing diapers. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually go and change these bubbles here, where she would say, we had to put in Vaseline, and you have to tuck the little fringes around his legs so it doesn't leak out, because a leak, as all you parents know out there, leaks are wild, and they can ruin your whole day. But actually, it's just a little baby. And this stuff doesn't bother me. That stuff never really bothered me. But I am going to change my pose here. I have to be in more of a, let's see here, maybe confused. Yeah, confused. And I can get rid of that. And what I'm going to need to do is change her pose too to something. Maybe she's a little worried, maybe is a pose. No, not worried. Maybe, what's a good one here? Confused? She confused too? Well, maybe we'll give her that one. I don't mind that one. All right, let me swap her body, rotate it here. Oops. Gosh, I just got to click on the body. Here we go. All right, now we got to put in the new graphics, which would be a new dresser that I actually built for this page specifically. But let me scale up the shadow here, and let me go in here and look up a dresser. I colorized the dresser like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just lay it right over top where the crib is, because this is kind of how our room looks. A little bit, actually. And I'm going to send this to the back behind all of us. Maybe I'll move it down slightly here, and I'll move our characters up just a little bit, and maybe scale them up just a smidge too. And then I got to move our shadow back up, and then let me put Jackson down here. So I am going to add another object, which is Bidit, and there we go. We'll set him right here. We'll keep him bundled up too. Don't worry, we're getting to the big reveal soon. So I'm going to layer this one down just behind the hair. There we go. I think that's the page. Perfect. I love this. Is there anything else I need to add? Nope. Perfect. Okay. This is the first diaper page. She's going to love this, especially because she went through this laundry list of things that I had to do every single time. But we're good on this one. All right, next. I'm going to do a couple unique things. And you may have noticed, if you looked at any of the previous episodes, you may be seeing these pages over here to the left. What's going on here? These look different from the last time because they are the nursery, but they have this dark background. And I wanted to kind of do something that represented nighttime. So there's a lot of like things where, you have a background or a room, but it's in the daylight. So we don't have the same nursery, nighttime, daytime, cloudy, sunny. Like it's just like that would be a lot of content for us to create. So what I did was I did a little trick, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to actually go in and I'm going to duplicate this nursery page again, and I'm going to do an edit on it. This is going to be the moment of the 3 a.m. feeds. And if you are a parent, you know these moments. This is your first 4 months, 5 months. I've been experiencing this, like very little sleep, very little anything, because this little guy, he just takes all of your time. So I'm going to move him up here. And for the text, it's going to say, the first 4 months have been the most challenging, but loving times in our lives, but most loving times in our life. I'm going to go ahead and fix this stuff. So I'm actually just like copy and pasting from a text document right now. The first 4 months have been one of the most challenging but loving times in our lives. You have given yourself to him and would do anything to make sure he's happy. Now, I did another thing too, where I created a chair. I just needed, and again, this is all helping me, really round out. I want to get in and colorize all these chairs. We ended up having like 5,000 different stamps. So colorizing all 5,000 of them has been kind of tricky. It's a lot of work, especially for just like a handful of us. So, but let me go in here and bring her back up. I'm gonna switch. I should switch her out. I just realized that. I think I'm gonna switch her body. I'm gonna get rid of this character, and I'm gonna bring in the pregnant Sarah one with her straight hair. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's put her in a seated position. Sitting. I should put those in alphabetical order. I should. That should be something I ask for. You're just going to be holding. There's a good holding pose. Let's try this one. And we gotta move her into position. So I just actually did a shift select. So I selected both of them. I grabbed her and I grabbed the chair, and I moved both of them at the same time. So let me put this over here and bring this to the top, layer up. And in here, she's going to be so tired. So she's going to be doing the Z thing. So tired. Yep. That about sums it up. Every day feels like this. Actually, can I break that into 2? Yep. Perfect. Now, let's bring Jackson down into it, and let's layer him up. Okay. So now he's in. Let me kind of reposition her arms here for a second, and let me flip that one. And let me change the shape of the arm too. Perfect. All right. Now let's put that baby in that arms right there. Now we got to change her expression. She's tired. Maybe like this. She's just tired, but she's maybe not that sad. Maybe she's just kind of over it. But let me change her mouth here to just, and maybe her eyes are kind of sleepy, drowsy, and she's looking down at him, and she's got her head tilted, but she's tired. She's just tired. She's exhausted. We've been dealing with this exhaustion. I've been taking the night shift. That's what my job's been. I take the night shift. She does the day shift. So, we've already started our sleep training process. He's at 5 months now. So he's actually sleep training, and he's getting through the night mostly, which is awesome. But, there's always those nights where he wakes up a couple times. It's just like, it's a little fidgety. So now I'm going to show you the trick that I've been playing around with. And that trick is if I go to objects and I type in night, let me see if that works. I type in night, you'll see like these squares. So this square is like actually like a star field square, which is awesome because you can like do like a star field, like a full black page sent to the back. But the problem is like this doesn't have like a transparency on it, so you can't see through it. Now I created this one, which is like this kind of like little overlay. It's got a little transparency to it. It's like an 85% black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm just going to scale it up. Oops. I'm going to scale it up and then remove it off the page, scale it up again, and then I'm going to just drop it down just like that. I'm going to layer it down so it goes to the back, and I got to do one more layer, it looks like. So I'm going to take it down to layer 2 because layer 1 is the background. If I do one more layer down, it'll disappear. So layer 2 is kind of like just before the background. That means I can click on this now and I can go in and change the color to like a white. So now that's gonna pop out. So perfect. All right, that's my second page. That's the 3 a.m. feeding page. And the next page I'm gonna do is a personal favorite moment, actually. One of the moments where everything kind of clicked. This was when he first smiled at me. When he smiled at me, he looked at me in a way that it was like almost like I had I had seen his face it was like looking in a mirror. It was like the little creases around his mouth and like the way his like smile and his lips shaped and everything. It was really strange. It was the one thing that nobody, you get a lot of advice from people, and some of it is, it's anecdotal, and it's all good advice. It's like all people's experiences. So I never, I never say like anyone's giving bad advice, but I'm sure you've heard some bad advice in your history too before, but I'm just being nice, I guess. In this moment, it was just crazy. I'm gonna see if can I swap characters out? Yeah, let me bring me in, and I think that works perfect. Now, my face was not like this. I was this, and it was very sweet. And I like using this, like this face. It's just like this little puckered lips kind of thing where, like you're trying to hold back tears type of thing. I'm going to move my chair over here. I'll move the shadow over here. I would change this text to say, he smiled at me. And that was a moment. Yeah, it was like the coolest thing ever. Like when he first smiled. It's just like stuff you don't expect. It was just super cool. But let me add Sarah into this one as well. And let me flip her body, rotate it, and let me put her just next to the chair and bring her arm up, and let's flip it this way, and we'll just layer her down. And it looks like I'm gonna have to scale me up a little bit. I think I'm a little too small in this chair. Okay. Now for the text, watching him smile for the first time took my breath away. Just seeing that moment made everything click. Yeah, that sums it up pretty nicely. It was such a cool thing to see. It was like in that moment of time, I understood. I get it. Like everyone tries to explain what parenthood is, and they're all, you'll see, you'll get there, you'll see. And it was very true. It was you have to just experience it for yourself. It's just like those little moments where he smiles, he laughs, he giggles, and it's like every like week or two he's doing something completely new, like something he didn't do last week, which is another cool thing about it. It's like we've had dogs our whole lives, and dogs are awesome. I love my dogs, but the thing is like the dogs get to a certain point where they stay dogs. They're very smart. They learn tricks and they go out and they do stuff, but at a certain point they just kind of like they just are, and again, love those little guys to death, those little girls I got. But watching Jackson kind of just like evolve is like really crazy. It's like next level crazy, but it's also next level scary too. So because you don't know what's he gonna do next, and is it gonna be harmful to him? Can he slow down? That's the other thing too. It's like getting him to slow down growing. Oh my gosh, 5 months in, he feels like he's growing way too fast. And I'm just kind of talking here. I need to actually change some stuff. I need to change her face. The one thing I've discovered doing these videos is how hard it is to actually work and build the page and talk at the same time. I've gone around a couple of different ways of wanting to do this, where I was just gonna record them and then like just voice over them and just do like play-by-play commentary, because it's really hard to stay focused, which is, I do have a whole series of notes here, which is nice too, but at the same time, it's like talk and then click and then talk and then click. So, okay, that does it for this one, his first laugh. Now I'm going to go to our last page for this particular video. And again, we're going to cut the crap out of these things too. So let me do this page. This one is an interesting one. I'm going to duplicate this car driving one. You're going to get a kick out of this because this one is about mom guilt. If you've ever known what mom guilt is basically she could not stay away. So I'm going to do the car one because we had a moment where we were trying to get her to separate herself for like a minute, have a little bit of alone time. And she struggled with it so bad. She felt so guilty about not being there, even if it was for like 5 minutes. So in this page, I wanted to kind of talk about that moment where she got in the car, and let me swap the characters out with, do that. And let me change her hair back because I had the hair override going. So she would be in this hair. I'm going to change the background too, because we do have another background for driving, and that one has a road on it. And these roads are not perfect. Yeah, like you're going to see like the lines in the road looking a little funky, like this one right here, if this is the one I want. So I'm going to change. Yeah, she's driving over the lines, but that's okay. Let's not worry about that. We just need her in a car driving, and let's put her up there driving. If she's driving a car, let's put her in her car. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and I want to do car. Where's the white one at? Yeah, see, we got so many cars in here. Man, I can't wait to colorize all these. She'll be in her white car. She got her. There we go. Okay, so she's driving her white car. It is the winter time, so she's driving through the snow here in Michigan, of course. And in here she's saying that she wants to come back home. This whole moment was about her going grocery shopping. Now, she doesn't have to go grocery shopping. Let me be clear. She can order groceries, get them delivered. We can set it up for pickup, which is what we do now. We have to do the pickup thing is like a cheat code. It's like you order it online, you click, 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 order all your past stuff, and then you show up and you punch in your phone number and they literally bring it out and put it in your trunk. That's like an amazing service. So she was going to go get groceries. It was like a little bit of, hey, spend one moment away from him and get in your car and go drive to the grocery store and just get out of the house for a second, right? And that lasted about, let me put this text in here to change that. You couldn't stay away even a trip to the grocery store was too much. And that is the truth. So I'm going to adjust the size a little bit to this one. Actually, I'm going to pin it and then I'm going to scale it down a little bit and then I'm going to adjust the size. That's always a good way to do it. So it gives rid of that like little widow at the tail end of it. That's what was coming from her bubble, and coming from me was, I'm going to add another piece of text here, and it's coming from my phone because she's driving hands-free, safety first, right? And what did I say to her? I said, you're 2 miles away. You can do it. She got 2 miles. She pulled the car over and started crying, and she couldn't stop crying. She was inconsolable. She felt the guilt that moms have about being away from their baby. She definitely has that guilt where she hears him cry and it sends all of her like hormones into a crazy tizzy, and she has to come like charging into the room and checking on him. That was like the first month or two. That was like wild. You know, literally like there's like chemical changes that happen in her body that she couldn't control. So she had to be in there. So you couldn't stay away even for a trip to the grocery store. So that's it. Yeah. So that's it for this video. I'm crushing through these. I got 2 more pages that I'm going to do. I'm actually going to record them next, but I'm going to like edit them into a separate video. The reason why you'll know is because I'm going to be wearing the same shirt, and I'm just going to go through these quick. After that, I am going to get the book printed. I'm going to do an unboxing, and then I'm going to put the rest of the gift along with it, which you'll see in the next video. And then I'm going to do the reveal, and I'm going to give it to her for Mother's Day. So there'll probably be a bunch of videos in between that, and I'll try that. I'm just going to keep making pages. I'm actually enjoying this. It's actually really fun, and I've never done anything like this before, so I'm kind of learning as I go. And I got like a couple people back at LoveBook HQ that helped me with some of this stuff, but ultimately I'm just here building pages. This is the fun gig. So I'm gonna save this one, and this is gonna pick up. Oops, I gotta edit that. What happened? Was that me? Was that her? I gotta fix that. Let me bring her in there. Let me get rid of me. Oh, that was an accident. Sorry about that. Changes. Okay, I gotta change that expression too, because she was not having it, and I gotta change her mouth and then save. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Awesome. All right, see you in the next episode.